Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Power episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Stacey and I continue our retrospective look back at Book 1 as we discuss Season 2, Episode 10, the scary title at the time, Ghost is Dead. Trailer said all and everything at the time. Stacey, did you believe Ghost was dead?
For a split second, I thought Ghost could be dead.
And how did that make you feel?
I'm terrified.
Did you ask yourself the question, what would the show be without him?
It would be book 2.
Dude, we got the answer to that. No, absolutely not. But in fact, it was only the persona known as Ghost, as James St. Patrick tried to rid himself of by murdering everyone who did he really know that they were turning on him? I don't think he did. I think it's just a coincidence.
No. He just wanted out the game, and that was just like, you know what? I'm just going to kill everybody.
Right.
And right off into the sunset.
Like he got extremely lucky in the sense that his murdering the Serb and Drifty was relatively justified because they were working with Ruiz and Kanan to turn on him and to kill him. So he only got lucky.
He didn't kill Ruiz.
He should have killed Ruiz. He knew Ruiz went behind his back to try to get the Lobos. He knew he can't trust Ruiz at many turns. He should have just killed Ruiz right off hand. And he would have to worry about he or his daughter coming back to mess up Angie.
And that's another thing. They were expecting this little girl to show up in court by herself. Like,
right?
Clearly her father was unaware that she was involved in some type of legal shit.
Yes.
He would have had to been subpoenaed. She would have had to been served and all this stuff.
Yes.
Child. How would they expect her to show up?
If he didn't kill his own kid, I mean, he would have been like, we got to get out of town now. Like, the cops are on us. Like, he should have been like, Ghost, we getting out of town. My daughter just got served, you know what I'm saying, with some papers to talking to some Angie Valdez who got connected to Tommy. I was like, I mean, once he found out why she was getting served, that should have connected to Tommy. That should connected to Angie. And he should be like, we out this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you're right. How in the world is this girl just gonna show up by herself after school without her parents showing up? Which is the whole reason they're having this trial to begin with.
Exactly.
Makes no sense unless she was staying with her mama, who you only saw at that church that one time, but looked like he had custody though. When Angie went to go see her the first time, she was in the church.
Right. I don't remember the mother though.
Yeah. She was in the back and she was like, hey, I can't talk to you right now. My mom's here. And then she left. And then Angie left. When they were lighting the candles at the Catholic church, she didn't get no lines or anything, but she was there with the mama. She was there with the mama. But I'm like, either way, parents should have been involved in this conversation. So Luis should have known that his daughter got exposed by the cops, and that should have been a thing. And then Luis should have tried to kill Angie for messing with his daughter. Because that should have connected back to the pedophile, or Nomar, and all that should have been connected. And then Ruiz should have been hunting Angie, and then Ghost is like, I can't let this dude kill my woman, but he tells Tommy that he killed him to save the business. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. So that would have been a better story than what we got. Because of all the people who can snitch on him is Ruiz. Like, he knows all the history.
Yes.
So Ghost really should have just killed them all, and walked away from it. Well, he only killed 2 out of the 3. And what took him so long to kill Kanan? Like, what's up with this? I gotta talk to you. This is classic movie dumb shit. Like, just shoot this dude, or shoot him and talk to him while he's bleeding to death. You can have a whole conversation then.
Yeah, as soon as he walked in, pow.
And let's talk about Tommy's role in this whole thing. So he was like, I don't trust Ghost because of what Kanan told me. I'm not too thrilled about Kanan in general for whatever reason. All of a sudden, he loved him before, but now he's like, oh, he's the one that been messed up our business. And he specifically said, he told Ruiz, if I find the guy who's been killing our business, I'm going to kill him. But then he lets the 2 fight, saying, I'm just going to be friends or whoever makes it out the room.
He was mad at Ghost. Y'all have that little tit for tat,
Yeah,
their little relationship struggles, and you like, man, forget him.
I'm
I
not
hope
helping him.
he heals him. But he know Ghost is invincible up in season 6. So he's like, okay, well, he'll be all right.
He'll be all right. Which he was. I mean, in the end, as he said, I figured you probably make it out. He's like, you just left me hanging? You've been lying to me all day, man. So
You sent my girl away.
yes. Like you sent my girl away. Like you killed everyone that I was working with in my business, lying to me this whole time.
You destroyed my relationship.
Also,
I like you right now.
he ain't too happy right now. This conflict at the end between Ghost and Tommy, like that was probably the one of the most dramatic scenes like I've seen in the series. And I was telling Stacey many times, I love Tommy looking at Ghost in the face and say, "You still ain't nothing but a thug." With Ghost for with a drunk for a daddy and no mama. Ghost lost his shit at that point. Like he was like, "You can pull a gun on me, you can almost send me to my death, but you talk about my mama." You know what I'm saying? We got a problem right there. He's like, but as Stacey pointed out, really Tommy's mama was Ghost's mama because Kate raised them both. So that could have been Tommy's response. Like, motherfucker, my mama is your mama. Oh no, that should have been Ghost's response. That should have been Ghost's response. Motherfucker, you both had a drunk for a mama and a crackhead. Now what? And then Tommy would have got mad, and they should have threw the guns down and just start fighting like hand to hand over mamas. That would have been good.
Yes.
Then Dre comes and tries to break it up. Yes. Because that would have been absolutely hilarious, as they did in season 6 when Ghost acted like he was coming to Tommy's place to kill him for killing Angie. They just wrestling on the floor like teenagers. I'm like, come on now. Both of y'all trained killers. This ain't that hard. Why you acting like I'm gonna hit you? I'm gonna hit you. I'm tired of you. I was like, what the fuck are we doing, man? You grown men. Stop acting like this.
It takes Tariq to break them up.
I know, right? Tariq. He's the one. He's the voice of reason in this shit. You right, man. I'll kill you later. All right. Talk to you later, man. I got eyes on you, but I gotta leave though right now. No, man. This is too much. As Tommy pointed out, he goes, so you got a new bitch? Does that mean Tommy was his bitch? Like, who's the old bitch? Like, I don't know about that, Tommy. Yes.
He kind of was, in a way.
I mean, he was, but I mean, that's acknowledging it. Like, I don't think Tommy would disrespect himself like that to be like, I was your bitch. Now he's your bitch. Are you bad that he replaced you? I mean, is it?
Yes, it was.
Okay, all right. It was a lot. It was a lot of things going on. Ghost is playing. So again, when did he come up with the plan? Because it's not when he talked to Proctor. He started killing these people before he talked to Proctor, and he paid Proctor.
Cashier's check.
Cashier's check, despite the fact that he blackmailed him to even start this effort to help Tommy. Now he's like, here's an actual check. And he's like, you might want to put me on retainer, which again, as we discussed before, Ghost and Tommy should already have standing legal representation because they're criminals.
Yes.
And they run an actual legit business. Both requires legal assistance from time to time.
Yes.
So it didn't make sense that they didn't have standing legal representation up to this point anyway. And then so with that, you got Ghost is like, I'm gonna go kill my people. It's interesting how Ghost murdering all these people scares Angie enough that she takes him back.
It was an episode of cut your losses, but nobody did. So Angie damn near lost her career over this man. She had all the signs. He pretty much told you, I am Ghost, a murderer, drug dealer. I've done all this. Everything they said I did that shit.
I did shit.
And you just decide to rationalize it. Oh, well, a month from now, a year from now, I'm just going to be wondering what's going to happen. So I might as well just stay and fuck you again because the dick is too good. I don't want to leave. Then you end up dead.
It's hard to find black dick in New York.
Now, come on.
As Holly said, who wants to fuck a good guy?
And another one, Holly, you got away scot free. Ghost paid you. You got a new identity. You come back to Tommy, who will kill your ass. Should have cut your losses, boo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, like I said in a previous episode, had she found out, oh, I'm pregnant, then she came back, that would have made a little bit more sense. But her just coming back just because, oh, I miss him and the dog, I miss the dog, and no,
No.
stay wherever the fuck you were.
Yes. Did you not see how he reacted? Like, that's not a stable man. If he was not handcuffed to that bed, you would have been dead and at the airport a few episodes ago.
Right, and you in danger because Lobo said, you gonna kill Ghost, I'm gonna kill you, the girl, and the dog.
And she don't know about that. That's true.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But let's
add somewhere else.
But let's go down this road, right? Let's go down this road. So Lobos in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost is like, what is Lobos gonna say that you, Tommy, are out of jail? He's still in jail. As you pointed out, why is it Tommy not saying, hey, motherfucker, he was gonna kill us anyway? I walked in that room and it was covered in plastic. Like, I don't think either one of us was supposed to walk out of there. And Tommy's not even putting any of this together. Like, you were gonna kill me anyway. Like, I don't need to work for you. Click. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get with Ghost and finish killing you, and I'm saying, so we can move on. But I'm saying, but I don't need to be fucking with you because you're about to kill us at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I didn't, but he sees none of that. Like, he saw none of that. Angie don't even mention, well, she wasn't in the room, but like the fact that, you know, when Greg and all them went to the room, none of them was like, why is this room covered in plastic? Like, that should have been a sign to somebody. But no, I don't get it. I don't understand. Also, to your point of how do you talk to the daughter without talking to the father, they should have had Ruiz under surveillance, period, because they know he's part of the drug organization and they need the daughter. Also, Angie should have lost her job anyway because everything she did was on the record. The girl was unnecessary. It's not like they needed her to prove. The sketch proves it. The sketch proves it, and the fact that it had her name on it, she should have been done then.
Yes.
And she does lose her career over Ghost anyway, and she loses her life later anyway by season 5. So it all happened anyway. As Stacey said, she's the reason why she ends up dead because she couldn't let it go.
I just have to stay and see what happens.
Hey, did you notice, even talking to Ghost, it never crosses her mind that he's the one that killed all these people? How are you still alive, Ghost?
I'm alive.
Because I'm the one that killed these motherfuckers, dumb bitch. Like, what do you think I do? Like, I'm a murderer. Like, does he have to do this again? I'm a drug dealer. I'm a murderer. How do you not think, like, how do you think I survived all this?
Have you met my mama? How you think I was gonna turn out?
I was raised by,
like
I was raised by a cokehead with Tommy. You do not think any of that got here? Do you think I only lie to cheat on my wife and deal drugs? You don't think murder is on the table too? I'm above murder. Never doing. If she at least would have asked the question, like, did you kill all these people? And then he's like, no, baby. Why would I do that? You know, that would be different. I know me.
I mean, you think I am?
I know, man. Don't insult me like that. I mean, I would have been like, at least she's smart enough to figure out that it's on the level of possible.
She works in law enforcement.
Let's talk about law enforcement. Ghost and his expert John Wick level, Jason Bourne, like Delta Force level killing training, kills everybody in this episode. Leaves no physical evidence whatsoever. Nothing that's ever fully investigated. Yet by next, go ahead.
You know what would have been cool?
Mm.
Those graduated high school, went to the Marines, got expert killing training.
Yes.
Maybe got injured, maybe a year in, got discharged, came back to the streets to be a drug dealing assassin.
Yes.
Expert government trained.
Yes. He and Tommy.
Let's
You
see.
know, you know what we're describing? 21
What?
Bridges.
I haven't seen that movie. I have to go
Twen-
watch it.
Chat his one of his last films. It overall really wasn't that good, to be honest. I mean, but what you're saying is the basic storyline between the Ghost and Tommy and that movie. The two criminals were a black dude, all the brains, his white friend, the muscle. They were both in the Marines, recon, all that stuff. They get discharged, and now they're pulling jobs to make ends meet. And I was like, this is Ghost and Tommy. I'm like, but right? Kane and Breeze raised them. They go off to the Marines because they're broke. That's what broke kids do. They join the military. That's what I did. That's what my brother did. Like, you join the military, you go off, you learn that shit. Let's say they do 4 years, you know what I'm saying? But they get the expert killing training. They come back to the streets, right? Kanan and Breeze are still in charge. So therefore, Ghost and Tommy are like, Ghost is like, we can take over all this shit. Like, we got the training, we got the experience, right? They kill Breeze, push him out of the way. Then Ghost is like, I know how Tommy feels about Kanan, so I'm gonna work with my baby Tasha, who was at home with our child for the last 4 years as I've been off to war, right? Then they get rid of
Because they were twins. Children, because they were twins.
Right, they're twins, right. So then they work together to get rid of Kanan, and now they run the streets with the military history and train. And now it makes sense that he got the super killer outfit, running around not getting caught until he takes off his glove and wipes his hand on Greg's window. Kiss my ass, man. Like, this episode right here totally shows you how ignorant it was for the writers to think that's how Ghost gets caught. It makes stop, dude. He killed too many people in this episode that none of it traces back to him. No, it's just too much. It's too much, man. Kanan, I like so Kanan only tells certain people what he knows to get where he needs to be. He tells Sean that Ghost is the one that sent me to jail. He doesn't mention Tasha because he knows Sean loves Tasha. That's his motivation. He talks to Tommy and he says, hey, Ghost and Tasha are the ones that sent me to jail back in the day so they could take the business. He doesn't mention to Tommy that he knows, obviously, Ghost and probably Tommy are the one that killed Breeze before that happened because he wants to keep Tommy on his side. But later on, he'll tell Tariq, I know your dad killed Breeze before he sent me to jail.
And my thing is, if you knew they killed Breeze, why are you still
fucking with them?
Who?
That doesn't make sense. If they all three. Exactly, right? Exactly. The writers not think, once they start putting this stuff together, I think the whole Breeze thing was not as well thought out as a lot of things in this show are. The Breeze thing just kind of came on. They start adding shit into the storyline. And they're like, but if you go back and think about this doesn't make any sense. Kanan is too smart to have his partner, boss really, I guess, be murdered, knowing his two runners did it. And he continues to work with them, not thinking that he's going to be next. Now, if we find out what should have happened, Kanan is the one that told them, planted the seed at least. You know, if Breeze wasn't here, we could do some different things. Knowing how Ghost is, he puts the seed in their head. So when they do it, he's okay with it because now he's in charge, not realizing that now Ghost is going to work with Tasha to send him out. Then that would have made more sense. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this whole I'm like, what? You know you can't trust these two, but you know you can't trust Ghost. Let's just focus on that. Never has he ever been trustworthy.
No, he's a disloyal friend.
He is. That's what he said. And Sean ran him. What?
I was trying to think of the quote he said. Motherfucker don't know how to treat a friend.
That's right. That's right. He said, send me to jail. Send you to jail. Motherfucker don't know how to treat a friend. And Tommy's not putting stuff together to be like, let's look at our history together, shall we? We kill Kanan because it's Ghost's idea.
We kill Breeze.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. We kill Breeze because it's Ghost's idea. Kanan goes to jail. That's his coincidence. Like even Tommy's like, that's just
I'm sure
coincidence.
Kanan was in and out of jail at some point. So he probably just thought, oh, he's back in jail.
But then Tommy gets arrested. Ghost is not there. Like he really don't.
Bullshit.
And like he don't go, you know what?
I go to the meetup. It's saran wrapped. You ain't here. Were you setting me up to be murdered?
There you go. There you go. Ghost talks to Lobos. Look, man, I know you want Tommy out this game. I'm not the one to do it. We've been too close. How about you do it? And now it's just me and you. That don't even cross his mind. That's a good point. That's a good point. Talk about people who got stabbed in the back, and that's Greg.
Another one who should have cut his losses.
Yep.
You see, this bitch ain't no good. Leave her ass alone.
But it was too good to him.
To Jersey, transfer somewhere. Get away from the bitch. Or either get her fired.
Go to California, motherfuckers. We start all over again. Everybody goes to Cali. Mike Sandoval's back in Cali, working on LA's finest. Got a beard and everything. He's fine. You know what I'm saying? He should have moved his ass to Cali. He said, you know what? I'm out this shit. You know what I'm saying? You ruined my career. You made me a Me Too suspect. You know what I'm saying? Before Me Too was a thing. Now he's a harasser. You know what I'm saying? Stalker.
Looking like a crackhead in the
elevator.
Like,
I know you did that shit, girl. You've been drinking all night. She should be like, you been drinking? Like this the makeup for this whole like red eye, bad breath, I'm sure having thing going on with him right now. But it looks bad. He looks really bad. And he should have just killed her. But right now it'd be too obvious. If she ends up disappearing right when he gets fired, I'm like, it's too obvious.
Yeah, but if he had done his job and got enough dirt on Ghost, he could have framed Ghost for it.
Also very true. And and as much as Angie tells this bullshit to Ghost that I did this for you, I sacrificed this good man for you. No, she did it for her because she realized he goes in there and be like, Angie be fucking a drug dealer. You know, the one we've been looking for this whole time, giving up the draws. And again, because of that, we lost classified legal evidence, which is how Tommy ended up running away scot-free. Like, oh, that's right. Also, I thought about it. The case against Tommy would have collapsed anyway, because as Greg pointed out, at some point, Angie, you have to acknowledge, how did you get the tip for the meat was? How'd you get the address?
It's my boyfriend's phone?
Oh, you mean the drug dealer? Yes. my sex with him was all part of the plan. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not the training.
A lawyer was working undercover.
Using my vagina to get where I need to be. Now that worked in Homeland for Carrie, but that's not how we're supposed to do business. That's not how you're supposed to do intelligence operations or law enforcement. You can't sleep your way through cases.
No,
it's not a good business model.
Lawyer,
huh?
Especially not as the lawyer.
Not as the lawyer who's going to prosecute the same case.
You got evidence in the same bedroom that you screwing one of your suspects. He has access to the same evidence that you have sitting in your drawer, not in a locked file cabinet, in your drawer.
She never moved. She never said, maybe I shouldn't have this shit in my house. Maybe I should put it in the lockbox or something. Nah, she's like, I'm just gonna leave it out in the house. He won't come back here.
Why is it at home? Why is it not in your office?
Yes. Well, people like bring work home with them, but not when you fucking one of the suspects or someone who's close to your suspect.
Studying half of a face. Why does it need to be at home?
Yeah. They said this is a classified case. You can't tell anyone about it. Just the name of the suspect, Lobos, is classified in and of itself. All kinds of stuff. And she was like, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna take this home, talk to my lover about it. He'll be fine. He won't go through my stuff after I tell him I'm investigating his best friend.
No, not after I tapped his phone.
We're good.
found out and to mysteriously changed his SIM card and everything, and I didn't think to hide my shit from him. Matter of fact, nigga, give me my keys back.
Right? None of that. Because she did somewhere in her heart, she's like, we're gonna work this shit out. I just gotta. She was okay with him being a drug dealer until it affected her career.
Absolutely.
Yes. She was like, yes, I'm fucking a drug dealer. It's good. But when she almost lost her job, and she broke it down, it's Poppy in the hospital. It's my ungrateful nephew in college.
He is quite grateful for his college tuition being paid.
And you
That's
know,
all he cares about.
dude, mom, Auntie Angie's dead. Can we move forward? Can we just get this money, get me back to college? You see by season 6, man, that dude gave less than a fuck about her. Like it's pretty. I feel bad that she died for him. Like I feel really bad about that because he did not give a fuck. And then Paz needs me too. Like it's not just me. And that's how you get that generational like poverty. Like when like you can't move forward because you're always going back trying to take care of your family, and no one can really.
One person that made it, and everybody depends on that one person.
That's that's not how you move forward in a society. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. But that's real shit though. I mean that's and that's probably what's going on with Zeke. That's why like maybe that's when it's like you gotta make it to the NBA because they never take anybody from high school. Like like they don't do that. So you got to get through college. I'm like if he was that good, he would got recruited from high school. Just saying. Like
We'll see in December if he can actually play.
yeah, we're gonna see him on the court. Yeah, let's see how that bullshit works out. Maybe we'll see that those little white boys and people he was supposed to be his competition. Come on, man. Come on, man. No, man. That's better casting. Better casting, please, because none of those guys look like basketball players of any age. It was not okay. It was not okay. Tasha, let's talk about Tasha and so again, last night Tasha was packing her bags to run away with her 19-year-old boyfriend in the one car that the family has. He doesn't show up. How is Sean getting around?
Where were the kids?
Where are the kids? Well, I mean, so let's just say the kids were asleep. The kids were asleep. She was gonna wait for Sean to show up. She was gonna pack all their shit. They're not even packing. She's just packing one bag for herself. But somehow she's gonna convince these kids, you're gonna get in the car with Uncle, cousin Sean, whatever, brother. He probably called him brother. Like, we're gonna get in the car with Sean. Did you now because he's my man now, and now we're gonna leave daddy. And they're gonna be like, cool, mom, this totally makes sense. We got no questions. What?
And they would have had to take Big Mama too. And you know how Big Mama talk.
Dude, she would smack shit out of her for even thinking about that. So as I'm saying, I'm assuming she must have left. She was gonna leave without Big Mama because there's no way Estelle was gonna be a part of any of this dumb shit. Because she would be like, this is why I smacked you and told you that you ain't smart enough for this because you're not.
Ghost, she's trying to leave.
That they should have made it out, and that should have been Estelle's moment to be like, go get this dumb bitch. I tried to tell her, Ghost. I tried to tell her.
I had to talk some sense into her. You know how my daughter is. You need to go get her and smack some sense into her.
I'm okay with it. Sometimes you gotta put your hands on her. I'm like, that's not okay, man. But Estelle probably did some shit like that. But anyway, somehow we gotta believe Tasha was packing her bag, kids asleep. By the time that she realizes Sean is not coming again, how is Sean getting around New York? The only time you see him, he's driving the family car, the SUV. So how's he getting around? Anyway, let's just say the SUV is still back in the house. He's taking Uber or some shit going from the club to the restaurant where he ultimately gets killed by his dad. He's dead. She's making breakfast, not having a care in the world, right? She don't pick up the phone until Tommy's like, Ghost and Angie are over. He's back with us now. So how's that phone call going to work? Hey, Sean, I know we were going to run away last night, but apparently it seems like my husband wants to get back or he's done with his mistress. So never mind. I was just kidding. Click.
I was just kidding.
I was just fucking around with you, man. I mean, I know you got shot because you thought we were going to run away together, but now I'm like, it's cool. So then she can't even take care of her own kid, right? She's like, Tommy, go get the kids. All she does is cook. Like, she get off your ass and go down the road and pick up your kids, your middle school kids. Like, I'm pretty sure they can get up by themselves. I'm pretty sure at middle school. I'm assuming. But where's Estelle? Like, I don't know. And then, so anyway, sad to say, he's dead. Dre ensures that his body is found, which never comes back up. Kanan don't go, I'm killing you now, Dre, because you told me you got rid of this boy's body.
Exactly.
We'll talk about this when we get through season 3. We'll go about this season 3. Let's talk about this. Somehow Tasha is his point of contact.
Not his mama.
Not his mama, who you only hear on the phone, and you will never hear or see her again in the rest of the series. Her son, her only son, is murdered, and none of this gets looked into at all. If she was standing there with Tasha, I would have been like, all right, okay. And you, for some reason, again, you never see him again. And somehow Tariq don't give a fuck that he don't ask about the funeral or nothing. But it breaks him though when he hears it in season 3. But he's like, I guess we gotta keep it moving. But nothing. No, man, it was a lot going on though. It was like I'm just like, but this whole like Tasha, they're not together. There's no, what paperwork did he have to say if I end up dead, call my employer's wife?
His wife.
What? In that case, they should have called Mr. St. Patrick. And then Mr. St. Patrick says, "Oh, let me go call my wife and we'll do this because he works for him." And that makes a little bit of sense.
Maybe he was too busy tussling with Kanan in the warehouse, and they tried calling and they couldn't reach him, and then they called the wife.
And that could have been open up to season 3. I had missed phone calls. I pick up the phone. What's going on? Oh, we lost the body of Sean was found.
Mm-hmm. Which he found out through Dre that Sean was dead.
See, that makes no sense, right? That's right. He don't check the phone, nothing. He's sitting up there drinking. When anytime Ghost is drinking, some real shit went down because like, or some shit is about to go down. I think that's what because like that's what made the argument go a little bit further than it was probably going to originally because Ghost don't do well with alcohol. And once he brought up his mama, drunk for a daddy too, that probably triggered him. He's like, drunk for a daddy, no mama, like motherfucker. Anyway, we
got that backstory.
Yeah, we need that. We need that backstory. Oh, all right. So let's talk about Stern. As far as we're concerned, Ghost is real dad. So in this thing, Ghost finally gets the upper hand on Stern. He works with Stern's now ex-wife, Madeline. Helps Madeline by breaking into his own club. Who we never learned who the actual thieves were. I think it was probably Black Grimace and Julio. But like we never get those names. It's not Ghost that's doing it. It's not Ghost and Tommy. So it's interesting we never found out who he sent out there to do it. But anyway,
who's Dominique?
It would, you know what? It would have been good. It would have been good if the books just disappeared and they don't know what happened and Dominique helped out. That would have been nice if Dominique was a part of it. That would have been nice. But anyway, so you see Madeline, she gets the upper hand in the divorce, and she gives Ghost not only truth but also syrup and verbatim,
which we never saw again.
Well, no. So those become the clubs that you see in season 3. Like when Dre is supposed to throw a party and he fucked up the DJ. Remember, he was supposed to get the DJ to sign the contract, and then the DJ ends up working with the 2 douche twins like across down the street.
Oh, I thought that was true, but okay.
No, that was one of the 2 clubs, but that's what that was because he was trying to get that club up and running. But after season 3, you never hear about those 2 other clubs, like none. And to me, that's what the conversation should have been about at the end of season 6. When Tasha's sitting up there trying to negotiate with Stern, which I don't know why Stern is still fucking around with the St. Patrick's at this point.
You know,
because they family. But she should have said, I can get you your clubs back. Like you can get syrup back, you can get verbatim back. They belong to you. Like truth belongs to Ghost. So why she was trying to offer that, like that was the grand prize that he's always wanted, didn't make a lot of sense. And they still haven't been talked about, the 2 other clubs. Also, since Ghost has worked with Madeline should trust Ghost Madeline should have been the one Ghost reached out to from now on when he needs outside money. Why is he going back to Stern, the man who screwed him over, who he screwed over, you know what I'm saying, over and over again? Why does Stern become the go-to person when he needs financial support? That doesn't make any sense. Neither one of them should trust each other at this point.
True.
Madeline should be the go-to. He's good with women. You know what I'm saying? Like Madeline would have been a good way to go through. So I think they missed an opportunity with that. Also, now that Stern has a new younger man husband, like he said he would, right? It doesn't make sense that he gives Bash, his new husband, access to all his money. He just lost half his shit, if not more, in the previous divorce. It would have made more sense if he showed some. Not any man would have did this. You signing a prenup just like Trump did with all his wives. You are signing a prenup. You don't get shit if we get divorced. You are on an allowance because I know all this money is mine. This is why Bash is working with Tariq to make the side hustle with the app. And then that makes sense because he's a young guy. He wants his own money. He can't live off sugar daddy's money because there's only so much of that. You know what I'm saying? And that would give him a reason why they're working behind Stern's back.
True.
See, so I'm like, that's how they could have put all that together. And then we can show experience. We can show that you can bring back from book one what Stern should have learned. Besides the fact he said he was going to get a younger man, which he did, but he should learn something that, you know, you can't just not have a prenup and don't think these motherfuckers are going to take your money, because they will. And there you go. Yeah, we no Tariq or Raina in this episode whatsoever. Obviously not Yaz, because you know Yaz don't matter. But I don't know why the kids would have been there. I'm trying to figure. And they would have been there asking for where's Sean, because they had to get up for go to school. You would think they'd be able to be ready to go to school. I think that would have made the moment that she gets the phone call, her and Keisha are sitting up there. I think it would have made the moment more dramatic, and they would go with her to be like, Sean's gone. Especially to see Tariq's initial face, seeing his friend dead like that. I think that would have been. I think that would have been better. And the mom there. If this is gonna be the last time we see or hear anything about Sean, mom should have been there. Tariq, Raina there. Ain't nobody want to care about Yaz, but Yaz and Big Mama are back at the house because that's that Yaz belongs to Estelle. We understand. And then Keisha, as Stacey and I were talking, we said this like Keisha's way too thirsty, just needing a man all the time, and this doesn't change. Like even as season move forward, she's still like, I just take the scraps or whatever Tasha is willing to give me. Don't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. But hopefully, she ends up dead too. Never mind. So a lot of people are dead in this show so far. Yeah. All right. So what do you think? You know? Oh, we talked about this too. Ghost said they all knew our names, Tommy. In no way, shape, or form has Ghost killed all the members of Ruiz's organization or the Serbian organization that know he is Ghost. Yeah. We counted at least 10 people in that one episode where they had the organizational meet, and the same episode that Tommy introduced Ghost to the Serb and all his crew. We counted at least 10 people that saw Ghost's face and would have no problem acknowledging him as Ghost. Mm-hmm. So there should be plenty of people for Monet to reach out to in the what they're called, Reese's crew. Mm-hmm. That Soldado Nation. There's plenty of people in the Soldado Nation still left alive that should be able to identify Ghost to anyone who asks them, especially another drug dealer like the Tejadas, for example. So don't know why they're acting like there's nobody left alive that can look on TV and go, that's Ghost right there. Like, I seen that motherfucker. Like, James St. Patrick, I didn't know that, but I definitely know he's a drug dealer. His name is Ghost. So that should be acknowledged. Thank you. All right. So that's season two. Season two was a very. I know there's something else about this episode. It's eating that. I was like, I know start recording. I'm like, oh shit, that's right. It wasn't that important. If we'll do another video, we'll mention it again. Hold on. All right. So after a small intermission, it crossed my mind that the tarot cards. Ghost makes a point of killing or trying to kill everyone in his network, leaving the tarot cards, same tarot card, same one, to point the finger at the Jimenez family, the brother and sister, as we will see them in season 5. I thought it was interesting. I went back and watched. It was the exact same spider card. The card that's left on his desk actually came, we will find out, came from Milan's woman assistant, who was hired at this point by Ghost and crew. It would have been nice if she would have been working the staff. Maybe not saying a lot, just walking around, right? Just like Holly. Holly was in episode 1. She didn't say a damn thing, but you saw her walking around. So as you look back on the episode, you're like, there she is. Like, there's her, right?
Right.
So Dominique should have been hiring people, or Cantos could have been hiring people, and he's like, "Hey, we're going for the East European look, and we got some new people. This is so and so." And then once you see her in season 3, you're like, "That's her." Because once we see her, we're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is she? And where did she come from? Like, how did she get into the club? How did she get into Ghost's office? Like, you're a business owner and a drug dealer. Why is your door always unlocked? Where's everybody just walking into your shit? This don't make no sense.
Yep.
Even the guys breaking into the, how did they get into the room? How did they know the combination? It had to be an inside job. Any businessman that is a cash business, you lock up the office, especially that's where you keep the money.
That for him to decide, I need security. Like these past 2 seasons, he's had no security.
So we saw security episode 1. They walked him in like he was the president, right? In this episode, there was a security guard that brought Dre to him. But after, you never really see those guys anymore. The guy even had the thing in the ear, like he's Secret Service or some shit. But all of a sudden, by season 3, he's like, oh, once you got the tarot card, he's like, oh shit, I gotta get some real people. Maybe some people military training. That's how Milan tricks him into hiring him to stop the threat that he did.
Of all security agencies, you pick this one that is ran by your nemesis Connect.
They should have explained this, man. They should have did something to be like he was referenced by somebody.
Security in New York?
Like, there's no personal security. None of your other club friends or co-workers have their own security. How did you pick Milan's crew? Like, did they come to you? Did you go to them? Like,
the top security company on Yelp. Yeah, we're going with this one.
Something. Explain.
Is that Serbian? How do you pronounce that?
Dean what? Like, something about you says, I've seen you before, or you're kind. But we'll get into that with the fake accents. He did such a good job. I mean, when he took off his symbolism mask, right? Symbolic mask. He was like, "Hello." I was like, "Oh fuck!" It's like we're like, "Oh, you fuck right now, Ghost." But anyway, so in this episode,
what language are you speaking?
Right, that's Serbian. Oh shit, he about to shit on himself. He was like, "Oh, what you doing here?" It's like, you took my drugs. Anyway, we'll get that. It's a great scene. We'll get to that. But in this episode, Ghost and Angie are finally together at the end of this episode, and they're both lying. They're both lying to each other. Angie cracking, getting the Glock ready for Greg, because she feels at some point he's gonna come kicking through that door and finish the job, I guess. And Ghost is like, I got a tarot card, so he thinks Jimenez is coming after him, or he thinks Lobos is coming after him. Either way,
this was the episode where Mike is revealed to be Lobo's inside man, and it was just a little. Because I remember talking to my friend, and he totally missed the fact that he called him Hefe. So he was what do you mean he's the inside man? I was like, you don't remember when he gave him the phone? He's like, yeah, he gave him the phone. He called him boss. Duh. And he was like, I totally missed it. I totally missed
Yeah.
it. So that was pretty clever.
It was. But then, like I said, but then that causes some problems. You start thinking about like what he was allowing Angie to do, if not helping Angie to do. He's sitting up there interrogating, Lobos about Tommy and Ghost. Like, shouldn't that have been assigned to Lobos that he has to kill Ghost and Tommy right now? Like, to be like, if the cops know about both of them, if the feds know about both of them, they're both exposed. Why am I still fucking with either one of them? Why are they still alive? But that's that was, you're right. Yeah, that was awesome. That was an awesome reveal. And that story just like evolved so perfectly. Anyway, with the Jimenez with the card, with the tarot card, it's awesome. I fast forwarded and I watched season 5 to see when the Jimenez were first introduced. Season 5, episode 7 is when the Jimenez brother and sister kill their one of their dealers and the wife and take the baby, and they put down the exact same card. I'm like, that is 3 seasons later, and they still remembered.
Do you buy those at the local bodega? Like, where do you get those from?
I would imagine they probably have to, the tarot reader people, but it's like it's a whole bunch of different symbols. Like every card is different because like you.
How is the La Araña card?
Yeah, the spider looking one.
So
how do you just get a stack of those
spiders? Like,
yeah, right. How do you get on the internet? It's like, I just need a stack of the spider ones. Like, isn't that a clue? Isn't that a sign that this looks kind of suspicious? Like, if I was the cops, I'll be like, where has a stack of spider tarot cards gone? Does anybody know? Everybody tracking Amazon? We need to track that shit because Jimenez could be coming. That's their thing. Like, you can't just have one signature. You can just track it down. Who makes them? They're all the same card. What company makes them? Do they make them in-house? I mean, do they sell them? Huh?
Blood was it? Was it Lobo's blood?
So I think looking back on it, it was actually the Serbian's blood. Jason's. It was Jason's blood.
Jason? We haven't met Jason yet.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Well, Vladimir. It had to be Vladimir's blood because he worked right. He worked for Vladimir. So if Milan had the card, he must have went to the steaming place, found his people. They took the card and was like,
he somehow said, that ghost fella must have been the one that did it.
Right. So let's go down this whole right. So why did he not just go, oh shit, the Serbs are moving in on our shit, and then they start fighting the Jimenez are moving in on our territory. We need to go fight the Jimenez. Right. But somehow he was like, nah, it was that ghost dude. Now, if he would have said, I've been tracking you this whole time, Vlad called me, said you and Tommy and your crew are the one that stole our drugs, along with Ruiz. We've had people on all of you, and I watched you kill all these people. I didn't like Vladimir anyway because he lost my drugs to you, so I was going to kill him anyway. So that helps me out. But I've been tracking you this whole time. There you go. We were about to go to war with the Jimenez. But once I figured out it was you, then I was like, oh, I really got to take care of you because you're causing way too much shit.
And instead of just going in and killing them, we decided, okay, we'll just be security for you. Save your life a couple of times.
And then we're going to strike. It's like, because we need you. Bro, you're bigger than us. It's me and Tommy. They're like, it's you. My club you have more men in my club than I have my entire organization. You have it like at least a local, if not statewide.
He really wanted the club. He liked the idea of dealing in the club. And then the hotel acquisitions or whatever they were trying to do. So he saw, I guess he saw a bigger picture. Like, I can expand my organization through these clubs and the hotel mergers and all that stuff.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But like much as we said about Ghost and Tommy, right? Like, or just Lobos. Lobos act like he needed Tommy and Ghost to sell drugs. And he never even thought about the club. I mean, which would be a great spot to do that in, right? But I'm like, you got that kind of money, like you could just bought one. Like Milan could have just bought himself a club in New York. They're America-based, apparently his security company, right? And what other anyway, we got all that to season 3. We're doing a lot of season 3 stuff right now. Milan's coming, by far the best season 3. So many things happened. And we look forward to starting that next week. Please join us next week for season 3, episode 1. And looking back on that, on the golden age of Tom, of Ghost and Angie, because it gets no better than season 3, episode 1, because it goes to straight shit after that. Like, pretty quickly too, actually. By mid season, by mid episode, it's all about. By the end of that episode, it's all downhill for them. And everybody else is just along for the ride, I guess. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. All you guys who joined our channel, we see that you guys are a lot of subscribers, new subscribers. We greatly appreciate your support. As always, put a comment on the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new overall. We're gonna be here for power. We have a lot of other content on the channel. Please let us know if anything else you like for us to review. We will do our best to add it to the lineup. We got jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like this, this is a side hustle. Hustle implies money. This is a hobby. There you go. This is a hobby. We have not monetized yet, but if we get there, we might do some giveaways and stuff like that. But we appreciate you guys, and we will see you again.